Hi guys, welcome back to Manga Mono.
またバイトをクビになってしまった。もっともこの体質じゃ仕方ない。3ヶ月なら長い方だったな。いつまでもゴロゴロしていられないし。
Anime starts with Keiichi worrying about unemployment again because of his special condition. While trying to figure out what to do next, Keiichi gets a call from Yoshioka, who wants to hire him to work at the Manga cafe he's managing. Keiichi immediately raises his concerns about female customers, but Yoshioka says he has nothing to worry about because his cafe's customers are mostly male. So Keiichi goes to the cafe and Yoshioka gives him the rundown. Then before he leaves, Yoshioka introduces Keiichi to Rei, who will act as his supervisor. Keiichi immediately panics and asks why Yoshioka would pair him with a girl. Yoshioka assures him it'll be alright, because Rei usually keeps to herself. When Yoshioka leaves, Keiichi starts getting nervous, hoping that he won't get into trouble this time. While mopping the lobby floor later, a cheerful girl suddenly arrives at the and happily greets Keiichi. After a closer look, he recognizes her as Kyoru, the cafe owner's daughter.
クルルちゃん？
何年も見かけなかったからもう会えないと思ってたよ。
大学出てからはほとんど来てなかったからね。
So, it seems the two of them used to hang out together in the cafe when he was still in university. Keiichi is blown away by how much Kyoru has grown. Kyoru notices Keiichi wearing the cafe's uniform and realizes he's now working there. She is happy and says she's looking forward to seeing him frequently starting that day. As Kyoru leaves, Keiichi can't stop admiring how much she has grown and become more feminine. Realizing that his intrusive thoughts are taking over, Keiichi snaps himself back to reality and focuses on mopping the floor. Once done with the lobby, Rei sends Keiichi to mop the floors between the cubicles. While diligently cleaning floors again, Keiichi hears some cultural sounds from a nearby cubicle. Concerned that someone might be in trouble, he checks it out. Keiichi is surprised to learn that it's Kyoru who is making the noise while doing some cultural yoga poses while watching an instructional video. As Kyoru is about to move into more advanced poses, she suddenly notices Keiichi. Surprisingly, she doesn't get mad at him and invites him to observe her closer instead. It turns out that Kyoru has a crush on Keiichi, and she's happy to show off her yoga skills to him. After a while, Kyoru notices that Keiichi brought some Twinkies. Since she's almost out of calories due to her yoga routine, she decides to munch on it until she manages to savor its sweet filling. While the two focus on their afternoon snack, they're unaware that Rei heard and saw them while she was passing through. Rei confronts Keiichi about what happened when they meet at the staff lounge later. Keiichi bows his head and apologizes to Rei, wondering what he should do. He then figures that it would be best to simply tell her about his condition to clear any misunderstandings. It turns out that Keiichi has a condition that makes girls lose control and they end up doing cultural things with him. It is a troublesome condition that he has no control over and has cost him so many jobs in the past. Although he's unsure if she believes him or not, Keiichi thinks Rei has accepted his explanation at least. The next day, Keiichi noticed that Rei has starting acting strange towards him after his confession. He feels like she's been trying to get close to him on purpose and is wondering why she would do that given she already knows his condition. The only reason he can think of is that Rei must be trying to see if she can set off his special powers by doing so. Realizing this, Keiichi's anxiety levels skyrocket, so he rushes to the bathroom to relieve himself. To his surprise, Rei followed him under the excuse that she was doing some routine inspection. Then, Heiichi suddenly accidentally damages his Twinkies while closing the zipper of his pants. He leaps into the air, hoping to save it from damage, and by doing so, accidentally lands on Rei. When he recovers, he's shocked to see that his Twinkies landed on Rei and she's already munching on it. Ashamed of the situation, Keiichi says he'll move away, but Rei stops him, saying it's okay. It turns out it's her first time tasting Twinkies, and she's captivated by the experience. She continues to focus on munching on it until eventually, she manages to get the sweet filling out. Keiichi apologizes to Rei for what happened and runs away in shame, leaving Rei behind to look at the sky while savoring the aftermath of what happened. The next morning at work, Keiichi is surprised to learn that Kyoru has also decided to work at the cafe. He immediately realizes that he's in a difficult position because now he will have girls around him all the time at work. Later that afternoon, Keiichi sees Kyoru falling while organizing some books on the shelves. He rushes to catch her, and by doing so, they end up in a rather culturally troublesome situation. Of course, his special ability kicks in. Noticing he brought his Twinkies again, Kyoru stops holding back and fully appreciates it. At that point, Keiichi stops going against his ability and gives Kyoru his best until he manages to fill her craving for some sweet Twinkie fillings. After Kyoru goes home, Keiichi is still unable to drop his guard because Rei is still around. Just as he finishes saying that to himself, he immediately notices that Rei is behind him. Rei asks him to give her a hand cleaning the drink bars. Realizing that she could have done the job alone, Keiichi starts having a bad feeling about their situation. The two slowly move toward each other after cleaning each drinking bar. Eventually, Keiichi ends up having a full grasp of Rei's personality. During that time, Rei stops holding back and tells Keiichi to also clean her drink bars thoroughly because she has quite a few places leaking because of him, since he's a good employee. Keiichi does as he's told by his supervisor. He goes all out and tries his best until Rei can no longer hold back her leaks and makes a mess out of the drink station room. Back at his home that night, Keiichi contemplates what happened recently. He starts to wonder if he'll still be able to keep his job. Eventually, he gets tired of stressing himself out about it and goes to sleep instead. The next day at work, Keiichi encounters a female customer who looks familiar to him. He later sees the girl having an accident by the drinks bar. After pressing the dispense button too much, the soda gushes out of the dispenser, drenching the girl. Keiichi moves in to help quickly, and during that time, he discovers that the girl is actually the very popular idol Otona, who is in disguise. Otona realizes that her cover is blown and quickly demands that Keiichi keep what he has discovered a secret. After that, she asks him where the shower room is so she can clean up. While in the shower, Otona is disappointed that she got found out like that and is sad that she might need to look for a different cafe after the incident. In the next few days, Keiichi starts actively trying to avoid Otona. She notices this and starts to go after him. After an entire day of chasing and avoiding each other like cat and mouse, Otona finally manages to corner Keiichi and confronts him about why he's trying to avoid her. Out of options on how to escape the situation, Keiichi comes clean and tells her about his special condition. Naturally, Otona doesn't believe him, explaining that the story sounds like something taken from a manga. Then, just when Otona is about to grab something to drink, the drink bar malfunctions and starts spraying soda again, drenching Otona. She goes to the shower room, and there, she begins to believe Keiichi's special condition is real. Otona calls Keiichi in, and while he protests at first, she tells him it's okay because the shower doors are closed. Once he is inside, she tells him that she now believes what he said is true because what happened earlier was unlikely due to coincidence. Then, out of the blue, Otona suddenly confesses her feelings for him. It turns out that Otona has fallen in love with him because he was kind enough to keep her secret. She reveals that she loves the cafe where Keiichi works and doesn't want to stop going there when her identity is exposed. She also adds that given her line of work, it's hard to trust people, and that's why she naturally wants to be with someone she can trust. After explaining her feelings, Otona asks Keiichi to join her in the shower. During that time, she gets to sample Twinkies and its sweet fillings for the first time, and it blows her mind away. When the two are done and getting ready to get out of the shower, Otona says she now has another reason to continue visiting the cafe. She then kisses him on the cheeks and asks him to get along well with her starting that day. Startled and at a loss for what to do, Keiichi says he'll go back to work. The moment they open the door, the two are surprised to see Rei and Kyoru waiting outside. It seems they've been waiting there for them to get out for a while now. Rei immediately asks if she can have her turn, and Kyoru interrupts her, saying that she's the one who's next in line. While Otona is still trying to figure out what's going on, Rei and Kyoru stop wasting time and push them both back into the room. The three girls then take turns, indulging in various debaucherous cultural acts involving what is now their favorite Twinkies. Of course, whenever the time is right, Keiichi doesn't forget to give each girl a taste of its special sweet filling to help them satiate their sweet tooth. After that day, Keiichi and the girls no longer hold back. Keiichi in particular noticed that the effects of his special condition had waned after the girls started taking care of him. He is now more comfortable with them too. Above all else, he is simply happy that he was able to keep his job this time, even if his special condition did cause some trouble for him. And guys, please in the end, don't forget to support us with a like for the video and algorithms say you will like this videos.